All right, today my job's gonna be pretty easy. I'm going to go through the process and the gear I use to shoot skate photos. I got pretty controlled circumstances here in my warehouse, and I have Sam Vestal, who is behind the cameraman right now, and he basically lands everything first try, so my job should be pretty easy. So the first shot I'm gonna shoot. Sam Vestal's gonna be front blowing the hub that's directly behind me. I'm gonna go with a long lens on the first one. I'm gonna shoot my 85 1/8 on this. Should compress the scene pretty well. For lights today, I'm gonna use Nikon SB800s. I've been shooting these things for the last 7 or 8 years, and they're freaking tanks. I've had to put some gaff tape on them because skateboarders have hit my light stands, and these things have taken a tumble from like 12, 13 feet in the air, but they're still rolling strong. They have these fusion domes on there, which can give you a wide spread. I'm actually gonna take them off, and I'm gonna shoot these. I'm gonna zoom the head in all the way, and I'm gonna shoot these at full power, and so that way it should give me a pretty tight beam, basically. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna try to only light the skater and maybe a little bit of the spot, and let everything else in the warehouse kind of go as dark as possible. Like normal, I'm gonna be using the Pocket Wizard Plus X to fire them, and on the camera body, I've got my Mini TT1, which is going to send a radio signal from there to here, which is gonna fire the lights. Since we're indoors, I don't need a ton of light power to bring down the ambient. So I don't need the big lights that I use for my studio or when I'm shooting outside. Technique I use, I'm going to use to light these. I call it sandwich lighting. That's just the term that I pretty much made up. But I'm basically I'm going to be shooting from this angle right here. So I'm going to have a light on a 45 coming in directly here, a light coming in directly here, and the light's going to basically sandwich the skater right in the middle. When I put a light stand down, I always have the leg going directly towards the action, so if the board hits it, it's got a better chance of not falling over. And then I put a board in front of it, grip tape out. Grip tape out, so when the skateboard hits it, it's not going to just flop over. So the skateboard's going to go and it's going to ramp right off of it and hit my light. But if I go grip tape, it's got a lot better chance because you get the wheels on the backside blocking everything. So you got a better chance of it not hitting your light. Lights are going to get hit. It's skateboarding. That's what happens. You just try to limit as much as possibly can. I'm going to try to gauge about where he's going to be height-wise on the hubba. And I'm going to have it basically straight on, but front camera, so there's not going to be as much contrast with the light. So I'm going to cheat it just out a little bit. My light is directly in the danger zone, but it'll be all right. So the edge of the frame of the photo is probably going to come right about here, so I'm going to put my light just out of frame. In the background of the image, you're probably going to be able to see the lifeline that's on the wall, the skateboards that are up top. It'll be pretty dark and pretty muted, hopefully, if it goes the way I want it to. And again, I've got these heads that are zoomed in all the way to 105 millimeters. So it's a very, very tight beam of light that's going to be happening here. So again, I'm going to cheat this as far left as I possibly can. So it's still very directional sideways light, but it should wrap around to just a little bit and give me a little less contrast. And I'm going to also basically gauge, hopefully, the height that he's going to be at. First step is just to shoot a frame of the scene and kind of see where you're at and what you want to do to change things, make it look a little bit nicer. All right, well, I'm blowing the socks off of it, so I should probably not be at ISO 2000. So let's go down to ISO 100 and work from there. So like I said, I'm at, let's see here, my shutter is at 250, I'm at f4. Both my lights are on full power, the heads are zoomed in all the way. This is where I want to be. Let's see if I actually am there. Looking a little dark. All right, so I'm gonna come up with my ISO. Let's see what a 250 looks like. Switch things up a little bit. Not enough room for the 85. I'm actually gonna switch to the 50. You ready? All right, go for it, man. Second freaking try. Gosh, that was good. Vestal, come look at this. All right, the lights aren't going to change that much, but I do have to make a few lighting adjustments. When you're shooting a fisheye that's such a wide lens, a lot of times your lights are going to be in the shot, so I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment because I'm pretty sure the left one will be in the shot. All right, this light needs to be on the bank right here, so I get a little bit extra stabilization. I'm going to put an apple box under it, so that way it stays level. I think it's going to have to go right about here. Go back towards the handrail, right where he's going to be. And since I'm going to be super low, the ledge is actually going to block the light, so you're not going to be able to see All right, I'm a little close to him because he's taller than I thought he was going to be, so I'm going to scoot back in here. Looking pretty good, but I don't like my timing on that one. And his hand is touching the top of the frame. And I'm looking a little bit dark. Let me look at my histogram. All right, go for it. There we go. Dude, he did that so fast. He did the front pull on second try. He did the backsmith. I think he only missed one backsmith and went back lip. But that dude freaking nailed it. Anyways, I hope you guys liked how I did all this. I hope it was interesting to see how I shoot indoors and how I do my skate photography. In the future, I want to do it out in the street spot, but it's going to be kind of hard because, one, I got to get the right skater, I got to get the right spot, I got to make sure we don't get kicked out, I got to make sure he lands it, I got to make sure it's a photogenic spot, and I have to have my own filmer to film me, not just the skater. So there's some complications that's going to happen. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below and let me know if this is something that you're interested in, want to see more of. And I appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Boop.